Okay, we're live. Hello, everyone. My name is Ali Chowdhry from alichowdhry.com. And I'm very excited. Today we have got a special guest, Mr. John Shawcross. And he sounds like a double agent or a secret agent, right? That name. But he should be joining us. And we're going to be talking about Compliance Bar plugin. Now, I am very, very excited about this plugin, right? And hopefully when John does join us, I'll let him give a better background about this and let him tell you all about it. But it's a fantastic piece of kit right here, right? But just to let you know, I'm going to be your presenter and host, and it's currently 12:30, so it's midnight. Okay, it's just it's 12:30 midnight in UK London, and you'll probably notice that I'm going to be a little bit tired, and unfortunately I haven't even made myself a coffee. So that's what I do for you guys to get you the value out there, is to stay awake and do these hangouts to give you actually valuable tips and get all of the information and value that you guys are looking for. So let's find out where Mr. Shawcross is. It really does sound like a secret agent, doesn't it, that name? Hopefully I'm saying all right. Hopefully, let's find out where he is. Okay. Yeah, Shawcross, yeah, John Shawcross. So hopefully John will be joining us. I have spoke to him, and I don't know. Some people do find it difficult to join the old Hangouts. So it is really interesting. So let me see. Let's find out. Okay. Hopefully John is with us. The weather hasn't been great today, unfortunately, but what can you do? You can't complain. So let's Hangouts, very interesting, guys. Obviously John is just making his way still. But yeah, Hangouts. Anyone want any tips with the Hangouts? You let me know. And Mr. Shawcross has just joined us. How are you, sir? He should be here with us, I do hope.
Hey!
Hey! You know what? I was just
sorry about that.
That's all right. I was just John. I was telling everyone about your surname. You sound like a secret agent. John, can you hear?
I don't feel like one, unfortunately.
Okay, maybe the where are you joining us from?
New Zealand, although as you can probably tell, my accent, I'm British, but I've been out here now for the last 4.5 years, and yeah, can't say I miss the old place too much, but loving New Zealand.
So there's no point trying to bring you back. But yeah, John, I was saying when I was first starting the Hangout that your surname sounds like a secret agent. You sound like a secret agent. It's a really cool surname.
I think I'd sound more like a secret agent if I was Bond or something.
Mr. Shawcross, we meet again. But yeah, I was very excited that we've got a product coming out. We will go through that throughout the Hangout. But talking about the Compliance Bar, phenomenal piece of kit, right? And
Yeah.
We'll keep the excitement for later on. But you guys have made something that I think is going to be wanted by everyone, especially when it comes to online businesses. That the amount of websites there are out there, you've done something that's going to apply to everyone. So you filled in a gap.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not so much that it's a product that everybody wants. It's more a product that absolutely everybody needs. And, I'm sure we're going to talk about it during the course of this Hangout, exactly why. It's actually getting pretty scary out there with what's happening with the likes of the FTC and EU cookie compliance all over Europe, and various people being literally taken to the cleaners and having their businesses ruined by fines that have been implemented on them for things that they just didn't even know about. So yeah, it's a great product. I mean, obviously, clearly, I'm somewhat biased. I appreciate that. Put 12 months of hard work and its product out there, and the feedback that we've had so far has been absolutely amazing.
I know. I'm going to be so excited when we actually break into this. But as we do get into this, everybody wants to know, John. Tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Okay, well, that's a very good question. I'll just give you the very short, condensed version.
Oh, give us the long version. We don't want the short version.
We'll be here forever.
We've got the time.
Basically, I came out of university having done a law degree, and then very quickly realised, in fact, I hadn't even got through university long before I realised that I didn't want to go down the legal route whatsoever, and ended up working for a multinational corporation for about sort of 15 years, maybe a little bit longer, where I was lucky enough to be able to travel all around the world, selling, of all things, believe it or believe it not, adhesive tape. And yeah, quite bizarre. So I got to travel the world at somebody else's expense for 15 years, but it really got to the stage where I was sort of approaching my mid-30s and my body just couldn't keep up anymore. You know, hotels, out every night. My liver was beginning to say no more entertaining. So I then set up back in the UK, back up in Manchester. I actually set up my own manufacturing business. And successfully ran that for a number of years, close on 10 years. And then in 2009, the opportunity, or obviously the economy over in Europe and the UK in particular was tough, particularly in the manufacturing sector that we were involved in. And I'd always been involved with my company in sort of setting up the website and doing the sort of got myself involved in search engine optimization and finding out how that works and this, that, and the other. And I'd made the decision that I wanted to leave the UK for various reasons, and took the opportunity to sort of basically move online. And from 2009 onwards, I've effectively set up a different business, which is, or two sides to my business, really. The first side is I run an SEO company, a digital marketing company, so we service clients worldwide with search engine optimization, websites, various bits of online marketing to help traditional businesses promote themselves better online. But on the other side of things, I'm also a product creator, and for the last couple of years I've teamed up with Anton Nadillo, who I'm partners with on this particular project, on the Compliance Bar project, and we've developed some cool software, some cool products that we've launched in various internet marketing avenues over the course of the last few years. So it's been an interesting ride, and you know, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And you know, this whole IM sector, I just love it because of the freedom and the leverage that you can get from the industry, and you know, getting to meet cool people as well. It's great.
Cool people like me.
Absolutely.
I love that you're bringing a lot of wealth of experience to the table. I mean, in terms of running your own even manufacturing business, this isn't something. I mean, first of all, let's go back to your education, being a lawyer. Okay, so you're someone that really scrutinizes attention to detail, and so this is something that really you've incorporated now with the Compliance Bar plugin, which is good to know.
Very much so. Very much so. You know, it was something that when we started looking at it, I was able to go back to that sort of legal background and realize exactly what was missing and what wasn't missing, and why a product like this was so invaluable to so many, literally millions of people. And then we were able to sort of put some of that knowledge and understanding into actually creating the product and getting it brought out. So yeah, you know, it was that knowledge was extremely useful, I have to say.
And this is something I guess it's really important in the sense of a lot of people won't even be aware of this. You know, we hear about tons of affiliate sites going up, you know, sniper sites, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's trying to make money online by making these little sites, yeah. But one thing they're forgetting about is compliance, about the legal issues that you can actually be subjected to if you don't do it correctly. So a lot of people aren't even getting taught this stuff. So
yeah, I mean, just to sort of explain what compliance is, it really is. It's the disclosure of information on a website that may be maybe a privacy policy, it may be disclaimers, it may be the fact that you're disclosing you're an affiliate and that you might earn income, earnings disclaimers, Amazon disclaimers. I mean, the list is literally, you know, it goes on and on as to the potential disclaimers that could be required. And what's happened is that, you know, in the early days of the internet, it was a pretty unregulated place. You know, the IM industry was making money, and nobody really cared about it because they were sort of off in the periphery vision and doing their own thing. But obviously, you know, the internet's developed. The IM industry has started to generate millions and millions, if not billions of pounds. And, you know, there are more people in our industry that are doing exactly what you say. They're setting up these little affiliate sites. They're doing product launches. There may be a CPA marketer. There may be an MLM. You know, I won't list them all. We all know what they are. But the long and short of it is that any website owner doesn't make any difference if you're a small backer in the what is. The long and short of it is, if you don't have these disclaimers and these privacy policies and these compliance documents available on your site, and they are tailored to your business and to your particular company, you run the risk of people like the FTC coming down really heavily and slapping some, you know, potentially serious some serious fines. And, you know, we've got a case study on the sales page actually that mentions how a CPA marketer just recently was fined $390,000 by the FTC, and not only that, he has to for the next 20 years he has to divulge to anybody he does business with that he didn't that he had this fine and that the FTC have penalised him, and you know, that's had a serious impact in his business, all because he didn't have the necessary compliance documentation available where people were making, you know, where he was making money from, which was effectively his websites.
Now, what you've just mentioned, some people might say that I guarantee you there'll be people saying, FTC doesn't mind, you know, it doesn't bother me, I'm not making any money. But here's the catch: if you're setting up a website and you don't, and you're not in compliance with the regulations, and you're thinking, what regulations, FTC? It applies to you, okay? Even if you think you're just starting out and you get subjected to breaking certain regulations and you get penalized, guess what? Even if you've got a very little bit of money, they will come after you, okay? And guess what? They will go after you for everything you have. And guess what? You're going to say, what? Just that one plugin or that compliance? I should have just done it. Yeah, it is that simple. So, you know, we can talk about, you know, regulations, this, that, and the other. If you're online, okay, whether you're an online business where everything really is incorporating around WordPress sites, whatever website is, you need to be regulated. You need to have these compliance documents on your website. That is a must, okay? And a lot of people are not getting involved with this because they don't really understand or are aware of it. But guess what? If you get caught, you know, if you're not compliant and you do get caught for it, you will get penalized. And guess what? You know, you might have to end up selling your house. And that's the bitter truth. And here's where it gets interesting, right? Because you mentioned a very good point. Now, people might think, well, you know, it's not really important for me. Now, imagine having a site that's creating you $15,000 per month, right?
Exactly.
And then you just lose that. It's gone like that. Like the guy you just spoke about, talking about, you know, he's got to pay back X amount. He was making 300 grand or whatever. That's a lot of money just to say bye-bye because you just forgot some compliance documents. Now, here's some really interesting points, okay? If you've got a business and you're running online and you've got payment processes, guess what? If you breach your terms and conditions, or you're not abiding by the regulations, that payment process that might have taken you 6 months to a year to get authorized to use is gone. And then what? That your business is not making any money because all your funds are frozen.
You know, you hit the nail perfectly on the head, Ali. You know, it's not just the fines that you could potentially get. It's also the potential that, you know, you may have to be, you know, this is pretty serious stuff. And, you know, just to reiterate the point, only this year, 2015, God, we're not even at the end of the first month of it yet, the FTC have already come out and said, this year we are specifically targeting people about non-disclosure of information on their websites, and we are going to get, so if things weren't bad enough, if Frank Kern, who's been done by the FTC for non-compliance, and we all know what a, what a major big deal Frank Kern is in the industry, if people like him are getting done, and this was going back, a couple of years, and move it forward to 2015, and the FTC now say they're going to take things even more seriously. You can imagine, it doesn't take a genius to work out which direction this is heading.
I mean, put it as this: people like even Frank Kern. Look, when it comes to certain agencies, I'm not going to go into government or whatever. They know money's now to be made online, and they want a piece of it. I don't want to get too much and say they close all my accounts, but look, they want a piece of it. Don't give them a reason, okay, to come after you. And people like Frank Kern, they have the money to pay if they need to, go into legal battles, whatever. They have the money there. They have disposable income in that sense. But if you're just a person doing this from home and you're making a little bit of money here and there, right? Can you afford to get into that kind of position where, the legal, the courts or whatever, lawyers coming after you? Are you really in that position? Do you want to jeopardize business? Could
your business afford £10,000 fine and having your income source shut down? That's on the really light end of the scale. This CPA marketer, $390,000. There's another company called Path.com. They got done for $800,000. Sure, okay, these are high-profile cases, but there's millions and millions of cases out there that are not high-profile, and they still involve smaller amounts of money. And how many businesses, particularly new businesses, people sitting at home looking to get online and make a few bucks here and there from affiliate marketing and build up their business and so on and so forth. How many people can afford even a $5,000 hit and their income source shut down right at this moment in time? And the answer probably is not that many.
But that's the reality of it. Sometimes people think, let me just pass by. Say, for example, they want to say, for example, this product, right? This software was $97 or even $500, right? So they say, forget the $500, I'll leave it. But then they're hit with a fine of $20,000. Are you now justified thinking, should I have spent that $500? Not that the software is even $500, but people need to understand the value behind it. Okay, and sometimes people think, well, it's never going to happen to me. Well, you know what? It does happen. So you need to secure yourself. I remember even in the plane.
It does, and No, keep going, Ali. Sorry, I talked over the top of you.
No, that's fine, because I know there's a bit of delay. Even in the police, unfortunately, you have burglaries, and I used to attend houses where the burglaries would happen, and people say they would say, I was thinking about getting a burglar alarm system, but I never got around to it. Honestly, and it was upsetting.
I'm one of those. I had exactly that.
It's like it's a serious thing, People get traumatized from burglary, especially someone invading your house, and you think the amount of loss, real loss that people encounter, and you think, I should have, woulda, shoulda, coulda. So this isn't. It's not a joke. It's a real serious thing. And if you've got if you've got savings to spend in wasting in fines, then go ahead, don't do it. But this is something where you need it. It's a must. If you're online, which everyone is, this is something you do need.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a product. A lot of people, I'm sure, probably come onto your show and you talk to people that, bring out these products that generate traffic and they generate leads, and, you do this, or they've got a course that teach you how to make money online. And, those products are great. I've created some of them myself. But this isn't one of those products, and I term those as sexy products. Those are the products that people want because it helps them on their journey to make money and get into this internet marketing niche and really sort of take their business forward. Those are sexy products. This particular product, it isn't a sexy product, although I have to say it does look great, but from that's the actual product itself. This is not a sexy industry we're talking about, but what we're talking about is something that's absolutely essential, and that's the big difference. It's something that do you want to run the risk for the sake of what the product costs of putting your business in jeopardy? And to me, it's a no-brainer. Now, I admit I'm a little bit biased, but to me, it's an absolute no-brainer. And one of the things to say is that within the product itself, we've got all these templates that were created, and they get adapted. You can, you run through a screen and put all your personal information in at the beginning, and it basically creates the templates to display on your site specific to your own particular business. Now, there's 23 of them in total, covering everything. But we actually had these lawyers, £50,000, whatever that is in dollars, around about $50,000 just to write the legal templates. And that's the sort of investment that the legal profession are talking about if you want to get, if you want to independently go down that route. And, it's a huge amount of money. And as you quite rightly say, if you didn't want to invest $500, not that the plugin is anything like $500, but if you didn't want to invest $500 in a product that could potentially save your business long-term into the future from running into these potential risks, then, that's a choice you've got to make. But I know which my decision would be, sure.
Yeah, I know you. I mentioned that I want people to see that this product is not even 500, nowhere close to it. Okay, but I want people to really understand the value that's actually involved with this. And you're gonna, when we talk about the price, I think everyone's really gonna be blown away from this and think, what, really? But here's where it gets interesting. I just want to tell you a quick story. Before you actually came on, before we actually organised this, I wanted to check myself, especially about some of the things that have happened with people not complying. Okay, there was a story of someone that actually purchased something online, and unfortunately their website wasn't in compliance. They didn't have kind of some disclosure, so on and so forth. They weren't regulated, or they didn't have the necessary bits and bobs that we've mentioned, and their credit card was used within fraudulent activity. And guess what? That website was actually penalised for that, and I'm sure things got frozen, so on and so forth. But simple things like that. How many people are making transactions online, right? And have you got the necessary documents there in terms of disclosure and just being regulated and protecting yourself? Are you protecting yourself? And I'm guessing, like you mentioned, people are giving out these courses, these so-called sexy courses, but no one's telling you about compliance. They really aren't. You could go pick up a course now and people tell you, okay, this is how you can go implement this method to make X amount. But what about protecting yourself? You might do CPA, you might go do affiliate marketing, you might go to whatever website to go promote something, but they won't mention it. And just coming back to things like digital marketplace, like you got ClickBank, ClickSure, ClickBetter, you'll always see them, okay, showing you about compliance. If you go looking at product launches, like the big boys, you'll see they're always trying to comply. So if you're looking to actually do a launch, you always need to have those compliance documents there.
ClickBank are a perfect example. ClickBank are a perfect example. If you usually you have to submit new products for approval sometimes, and if you don't have those necessary pages, if you don't have a privacy policy, a contact us policy, an earnings disclaimer, and the other things that they require, they won't approve your product for sale. It's as simple as that. And the other thing is, once you get to a certain level in a lot of these payment platforms, that you automatically, you become automatically approved. You don't need to go through the approval process. But tell you what, if they by any chance do a check and they come back to an approved product and find you don't have that information down, they'll not only pull your site down and stop it being made available from sale, they'll also stop your affiliate earn. They'll also stop your income being paid out to you. So it's a big risk to run.
That's the thing. Can people afford for their funds to be frozen if they need to pay out to their affiliates, or they've got bills or debts or their own kind of things they need to cover? Can you afford to have your funds frozen? Because some people just have one bank or one payment processor. So it is a very big deal, and especially when we'll talk about JVs, going over to compliancebar.com/JV to even have a further look at this. I would tell you hand on heart, this is something you're probably watching this right now thinking this is something I do need. And put it as this, your list, they are people that are in this industry, okay, wealth creation. They're looking to make money online, and guess what? It's going to be guaranteed, all right? Maybe 90% of them have a website, or they're looking to create a website. They're promoting products. They're going to want this, all right? And guess what? That's going to not only are they going to love you for it? But they're going to buy it. All right, because I haven't seen really anyone doing anything like this. And the way you've created the plugin, the interface, when I saw it, I thought, that's a bit fancy, isn't it? I've never seen anything like that. The GUI on it, the way it was all laid out. I mean, here's the great thing about it, right? I had access to the plugin and just going through even the plugin when it's actually uploaded, and the way it's all step by step. It's all point and click and just upload. And it does everything for you. But what I thought was amazing, where you can have placement, you can tell exactly where you want these links to the certain pages in compliance. Where do you want them, you know? And no one really does that. You can have it right, left, top bar, and you can have the nice GUI at the bottom of it. Put your mouse over it, it will scroll and it will enlarge slightly. I mean, this is obviously I've got nothing to say. I'm wordless on it because it is a fantastic product, and even the cookies.
Yeah, we tried to copy the Mac platform actually with the scrolling interface on the GI, and you know we had it. We've got the plugin is actually set up so that it will either display these really attractive icons at the bottom that sort of point to your pages, or if you don't want the icons, and the icons you can change as well. You can upload your own icons, or we supply you with a few. But also, if you don't want the icons, you can have just normal bog standard links as well. But you know we put an awful lot of work, and that really is Anton's baby, because he's the sort of guy that's really into the aesthetics and to the design and you know, the creative side, I guess. And we put an awful lot of effort into the way that the thing looks and the aesthetics and how it's going to be displayed on any website, because you know we appreciate that everybody has a different looking website, and you know some may have a green background, some may have a black background, white blah blah, etc. So you can change the background colors, you can change the icons, you can change, you know, everything to make sure that it blends in with any style of website.
I mean, it is, sometimes you do have products where it's just one size fits all, right? But this is completely fully can't even say it. You can completely customize this, okay? You can have it adapted to not only desktop but mobile as well. It's mobile friendly, guys.
It is.
So that's probably people are asking, you know, oh, is it mobile friendly? Yes, it is indeed. And the way it's all structured within WordPress itself, I've got it up as well. It's fantastic. It really is something where you really can't go wrong. And if you do head over to compliancebar.com/JV, you can actually watch a demo. Okay, you can actually watch a demo of you actually going through this itself, and you can see how very attractive, how neat and structured. Even though it's attractive, look, the functionality is there. And put it as this, you know, everyone that does launches or products and so on and so forth, I've always seen them rushing around, right? Trying to put these links of earnings disclaimers and all the necessary bits and bobs. You always see it on these launches, and one thing they don't want to do is waste time. So I think a fantastic feature that you mentioned was there are templates where, guess what? Just put the bits of your website, whatever you need to do, your name and so on and so forth, and that's it. It's done. So it's a huge time saver. And I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking, you know, they don't want to waste time going through all or this, but it's simply just the templates are done for you, okay? I mean, you're a lawyer yourself as well, so you've got good attention to detail. So if there's any
I wouldn't classify myself as a lawyer. I would classify myself as somebody that did a law degree. There's a big difference.
Well, I mean, just going back to the plugin itself, for JVs, I mean, let's talk about pricing. Now, this is what everyone wants to know. How much is this going to cost people? I mean, this thing that is potentially going to be saving you tens of thousands of dollars if you're subjected to fines or, you know, breach and regulations. How much does this plugin that does everything actually cost?
Basically, and as you say, I think you might be a little bit surprised, bearing in mind some of the figures that we've talked about. But basically, on the front end of the product, we've got 2 licenses, and an individual personal license, which is just for one site only, and we've priced that at $27, just for the launch period only. And we've got a business license, as we call it, or multi-site license that you can use on up to 25 of your own sites, and we've priced that at $37. So it is extremely attractively priced, but I have to stress that that is strictly only for the 3 days of the 25th, 26th, 27th, and once that 3 days is over, the price will change significantly.
So basically, there's a nice 72-hour window to basically take advantage and take money out of your wallet. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. That's basically the long and short of it. You know, it's it's a 3-day launch. We have basically said for 3 days we're going to do it at the lowest price it's ever going to be offered, and for that 3 days, you know, it's not just about for us making money. You know, we've created the product, we want to make money. Yeah, sure, you know, that's all an exciting part of it, but it's also the fact that we realise that there are so many people who would get benefit from it as well. So, you know, we understand that, you know, people that are new to the industry, you can't afford, you know, a product that may be $1,000, $2,000, or to pay as many people as possible safe. You know, one thing I do have to say is, you know, whilst we've had the templates drawn up by a lawyer, every single business and every single country is slightly different. So we would always recommend that you make sure that the templates are applicable for your particular business and that they do cover you properly. But the long and short of it is, even if you didn't do that, by having this information on your site, because they've been legally, you know, they've been legally checked and legally approved and legally written, by having this information on your site, you are going to have done more than 99.999% of other people out there. And, you know, if the FTC, or, you know, we keep talking about the FTC, and you know, again, it's something that you said, well, why should the FTC affect me? The FTC is bothered about any single person who may fall under their jurisdiction. So even if your site is hosted in the UK, or you know, you yourself are registered in the UK, if you have one American visitor come to your site, that's under FTC jurisdiction. You know, that's what you've got to start thinking about. And how many people, even outside of the US, have hosting in the US? An awful lot of people do. I have hosting in the US. I'm in New Zealand. You know, Anton's got hosting in the US. He's also in New Zealand. You know, thousands of us go with hosting companies that are hosting sites in the US. That's under the FTC guidelines. So, you know, really sort of things to start, you know, to think about. The FTC really does have an awful lot more control than you might like to think.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't something where you're just getting the piece of the software, the plugin for fun. This is a necessity. So I just want to make that clear to everyone. This isn't something where you just get it and let me just add another feature like uprating exhaust to a car. This is a necessity. Okay, it's like the car's not going to run without an engine or insurance. Sorry, I should say insurance.
It's like how many people would run a Windows computer these days without a virus, without, you know, virus software installed on it. You know, 10, 15 years ago, you would have risked it. It's a little bit like Macs now. Macs don't get viruses at the moment, so very few people have virus software on Macs. But you know what? They're becoming more popular. And it's one of those things that, you know, people didn't see the need until it was too late. A little bit like me getting burgled when I didn't have a burglar alarm. And, you know, as you mentioned, it's all very well and good saying, oh, worry about that, until it happens. And when it happens, let me tell you, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Everyone then relies on hindsight. What a painful thing. But just coming back to the plugin as well, some of the features, what I loved is that, say, for example, that a customer does come to you, or, you know, they're upset that there's some kind of fraudulent activity, someone has used their card, or they pretend, right? Especially with chargebacks. So this is a great thing right now. Chargebacks. A lot of people, if you're doing online business, you'll have people that apparently do chargebacks, okay? That's essentially someone saying, there's two types, where someone has generally been a victim of fraud, and there's the other chargeback where someone willingly or knowingly has made a purchase but has told the bank that they have no idea that the purchase has gone on, okay? That causes major problems. That essentially that payment can be frozen, and then the bank will make inquiries with you to find out exactly what's gone on. Are you even aware of this customer? And they'll ask you for evidence to see if you're in compliance. Has this person even come to your website? Is there any documents or correspondence from this person? And the good thing about your plugin is that it will also record the IP address. They'll have to physically hit accept, and it will record it into your backend, right? So
yeah, absolutely. There's two sides to that. There's the what we've built into the plugin, as well as all the legal pages. We've actually built in a module or section where you can create any number of unlimited unlimited pop-ups, and you can basically force people to accept your terms of anything you want. Your terms and conditions: are they over a certain age? Do they live in a certain country? Whatever it may be, you know, the world's your oyster. That gives you completely customizable. You can create them as an unlimited number of them for any, and put them on any page in your site. You can have different pop-ups on different pages, or no pop-ups, entirely your choice, completely customizable. But what it does is it basically, you know, once you have created a pop-up, it then will spring up on the pop-up. The pop-up will spring up to say, do you accept these terms and conditions? And until you click yes, you can't see the rest of the content on the site. So, you know, think of an age-restricted site. Please confirm you're over 18. Click yes, I am. What it will then do is it will store the IP of the person that accepted that particular that particular pop-up. It will store the IP of their acceptance in the back end of your site. So you've then got a trail that you can go through if at a later date you needed to. But also for those people in the European Union, since the beginning of last year, the EU cookie law came into effect. And that basically says that anybody who hosts a site or displays a site to European visitors must make their visitors aware of cookies and how they're stored and what they're doing with them. So basically, you need a little. What we've done in Compliance Bar is we've built a little EU cookie section that basically, again, is completely customizable. That springs up when the page first loads, and it can say something along the lines of, "We use cookies on this website. To see how we use them, click here. And if you're okay with this, please confirm." And as soon as you click acceptance on that, it also stores the IP for that as well, so that you can then you've got the trail, so that anybody at a later date you can say, well, they accepted the fact that we said that we used cookies and this was our policy behind them. So yeah, we've built in that audit trail for recording IPs into the software.
So you hit the nail on the head. It's all about covering your behind, right? And if you have any kind of, sensitive sites with maybe adult material, gambling or whatever site you got, it really is something where if there is an age restriction, then guess what? Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know with the plugin, do we have a developer license for this?
The developer license is the first OTO, and basically the developer licenses allow unlimited installs on any domain, which includes your own or those of your clients. And just to give you something maybe that your listeners might to give some thought about, we've had a few people already who have actually started selling this compliance to their clients and selling it as a service to them. And they are going into businesses and they are saying, hey, you're not compliant, this is a really big issue, I can make sure your website's compliant, it's going to cost you $500. Install the plugin, put all the details in, 20 minutes later everything's in.
I've got to make the basically, yeah, that's just that's a tip right there. I don't even know.
Oh, I lost you a second there.
I know there's a bit of a gap. So basically, here's an exclusive, right? What John is actually saying to you, and I was going to come through to and ask you about this as well. Look, if you can even go contact whether you got existing clients or you want to go make some money, guess what? Go find out offline businesses that might have a website. Check even if they're in compliance, if they have any documents up. Guess what? Say, I can help you become more compliant with the regulations or the updates or whatever it is, and say, I will charge you a service where I will do X, Y, and Z for you. And I'm not saying charge a little bit, charge whatever you think is suitable, and people will pay, because the last thing they want to do is have their site shut down. Especially offline businesses have very little knowledge about the online businesses. That's why they hire people. Okay, they'll rather just pay someone else to do all that hard work. And if you're getting, say, for example, one client per month for, say, $1,000, you're not going to complain, are you? And that's just one person. So the developer license, right? It's something where, guys, if you really want to make another way of making money, as well as protecting your own sites, send offline. You could hire someone like a VA to go contact different offline businesses all day long and say, hey, do you want to make sure that you're in compliance? Someone could go through checking what websites have compliance or not, and offer them the service. So I think that's an exclusive right there. And
absolutely, totally an exclusive. And I can guarantee you, exactly as you've already said, that 99.999% of businesses will not have any form of compliance whatsoever.
And once you tell them that, put it as this, especially in the UK, anything that comes where like something in red about compliance or are you in regulation, people start putting what? Yeah. They start panicking.
To be honest, it's one of the reasons why I got out, because it was all going crazy. But you're absolutely right. In the UK, anything, the UK is getting very much like the US now, where that things like that are being taken extremely seriously, and non-conformity. People are genuinely worried about it, because they know what's happened over the last 3 or 4 years, and they know that it's only going to get worse. And we just look at health and safety in the UK, what's happened with that over the last 10 years, and it's interesting because here in New Zealand we're just going through the same thing. When we first arrived 4 years ago, there was no such thing as health and safety, but it's now sort of beginning to take place, and I'm seeing with health and safety here what happened in the UK 10 years ago, and this compliance area of websites and online activity is going exactly down the same path.
I mean, JVs really do have to jump on this, okay? Because people are gonna. This is a necessity. I'm sure that everyone watching this is gonna say, when is this coming out? And I'll be excited to tell everyone 25th of January, okay? In literally 4 days. And if JVs, I want you to actually go ahead and have a look more into this, because really just talking about it really doesn't justify even the demonstration of the product itself. So you can head over to compliancebar.com/JV, have a look at it. Honestly, you'll be astonished even by how very attractive the interface is of the plugin, and it's not something that I've seen before. And I know it sounds cliche when you hear someone saying that, but if you look at it, these guys have actually spent time, and they've done this right. And especially, John, you mentioned 12 months of development on this. 12 months.
We did. From start to finish, it took us 12 months, and I guess sort of 6 months of that were development and getting the basic nuts and bolts in place. But then we spent another 6 months after that just on little things, fine tuning of graphics, of making sure the scrolling was smooth on the GI, and making sure the templates were written correctly and populated correctly, and just went on and on and on forever. So we really sort of did pour a hell of a lot of effort into it for a good long period of time, and the long and short of it is we've come out with what we are happy and proud to say we feel is a genuinely great product.
I mean, even me, when I looked at it, I thought this was something that even I was excited about. I had to drag you guys on. So that even me looking at it, I thought, this is something that everyone's definitely gonna want to have, especially when they head over to compliancebar.com/JV. That's not even. I'm not even my affiliate link. That's not even there. I'm just basically providing everyone, the viewers, JV's real value, and say, look, everyone is looking to provide their list or the subscribers with real value. Okay, tools that they're really going to need. And with this, I felt this is something that they're gonna, their list is gonna love them for it. And JVs can be proud that this is gonna sell. Okay, especially even when they head over and have a look at it themselves, they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I can't justify it really. I mean, when they look at it, I mean, some of the big names are on this as well in terms of JV partners. Okay, guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the other thing just to mention as well, that for JVs, we have actually included a swipe in the JV site that you can send out to your subscribers that will actually give them a further $10 off just for the first 24 hours. So, if you want to sort of jump on the bandwagon at launch for the first 24 hours, you can email that coupon to your subscribers, and they can get an additional $10 off the actual launch price.
So let me get this right. Maybe it's too late over here, but what you're saying, you're giving a further discount or incentive on top of something that's already, next to nothing.
Just for the first 24 hours, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Guys, what more incentive can you have for your subscribers to basically get something that's next to nothing? But that's a good thing. Again, that's a bit of scarcity for your subscribers. Tell them, what, this is only applicable for 24 hours. That will definitely get some good conversions. I mean, just to go over, just for anyone that wants to just get reinforced about the funnel, in terms of the front end, we've got $27 for single site and $37 for up to 25 sites, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Personal sites, yeah.
Personal site, yeah, and we've got the upsell, the one-time offer is going to be a professional license for $67. In terms of commissions, 50% on the entire funnel.
Yeah, throughout the whole board. There is actually a second OTO as well. Okay. We have what we did was we had 10 sets of icons designed by a graphic designer, and I said that the icons that display on the page, you can upload your own, or you can change them, or whatever. And we've actually that second OTO is it is a graphics pack containing 10 sets of icons, and again, you can see them on the JV page. You can get to see what they all look like, so that any users can upload those if they want to change the look of the icons that are on their site. Okay, so in terms of the second one-time offer, we're talking about platinum icons that are being custom made. That will, I mean, for the front-end product, even in the upsell, you don't need it, but it will highly complement, the entire product. Absolutely. And if you're using this not only for one website or even client's website, this is something that you're going to want, and it's going to help try to customize your own websites to, fit whatever need of yourself or your client. So it's going to make it more attractive, and that's going to be on a dime scale. Also, so obviously you guys know what you're doing. You've got a nice funnel in place. Now, do you want to do some name dropping of some of the affiliates that are already on board? Well, we've got the I Am Wealth Builders. They've jumped on board. We've got Walt Bayliss and Han Fan. Chris Winters has signed up to be a JV. I'm just trying to look through the list here, actually. Yeah, we got some good names. Obviously, don't want to do too much name dropping. Not really our style. But we have got some nice JVs, and the more the merrier. We're looking for partners. You just want to say as well that it's not just about sort of promoting our offers. We're always keen to build relationships and do reciprocals where it fits our list outside of that for other people as well, and build relationships and try and take our business or all of our businesses to the next level. You know what, John? You're a really nice, humble, down-to-earth guy. When you that's some good stuff.
I like that. Were you reading from a script? That's what I like, right? Because you said you don't want to do any name dropping, so on and so forth. But I want everyone to know. Look, it's just to reinforce, like, if you have some big JVs on board with this, that obviously they have trust in this product and they've looked at it and they're happy with it, that they're jumping on board. So that gives you confidence. This is the thing I want to get across. It gives you confidence that if the big guys are on this, right, essentially you all got our big guys out there. You just have to jump on board. That this is gonna do well. No, that was a good thing that you said. That when you do head over and look at the JV page, you're going to see some known affiliates on there, and it's something that if you want your picture up there, I'm sure John can put your picture up there as well. That would be good. Yeah, absolutely. If you really want to be up there, send me a message. Our details are on the JV site. Send me a message. Send either me or Anton a message, and we'll swap you out for somebody. Just talking about, but I mean, in terms of communication, if people need to get hold of you, right? do you have a method to get hold of you?
You can get hold of me on Facebook. I'm pretty much around, pretty much 24/7, and obviously through Skype. If you go to the JV site, which is compliancebar.com/JV, and go to the Contact Us page, the contact details are there. Those are the two preferred methods. Pretty much, bearing in mind we're sort of 13 hours ahead of the UK, but I tend to be the early morning. Anton tends to be there pretty much until the wee hours of the night. So one of the two of us is pretty much available 24/7.
Okay, so you heard it from John. He's basically saying, look, if you want to contact him, you've got any pressing questions, anything that can help, right? Offer more value if you want to reach out to educate your subscribers, let them know more. Head over to compliancebar.com/JV. At the bottom, you'll see both Anton's and John's contact details, whether it's Skype or Facebook. And John is more than happy, okay, if you send him as many Facebook messages as you want, all right? I always say this. I just imagine just a big list.
Nothing yet. I'm all right.
So if there is anything that you can help with that will, help you as well with your subscribers, you'd be more than happy. But I'm just thinking, we really have covered a lot. We've been on this call probably for a good hour now, right?
Yeah, something like that, absolutely.
So I think there's, well, I know there's a lot of content come through, and I know there's a lot of people that, you know what, this is a really good topic that no one really talks about. And
yeah, it is. And as I said right at the beginning, it's not sexy in the traditional way, but it's so important, and more importantly, it's only going to get more important. And that's the key thing to realize, that it's not just a little fad. And again, that's one of the problems of our industry. People tend to jump on fads, and they'll develop a piece of software or create a course telling you how to do this or how to do that, and 6 months later Facebook closed that particular method down, or whatever it may be. That there's so many fads in our industry, and this is a little bit different. That this has got real, genuine longevity in it, in terms of this is something that's big already, but God, it's got so much more to go. We're only at the very, very beginning of where it's going to go, and that's one of the reasons why we ourselves particularly love this product, because it's got such longevity in it, and there's so much potential to develop it further as the industry grows.
I mean, put it as this: that this is not going to disappear. It's not something that a fad like you mentioned that's just gonna it's going to be like a little hot trend that just disappears. This is something every website needs. That is just an obvious thing, right, for everyone out there. But just to let people know that I believe your last product done around 1,500 sales, right, and it was even product of the day. So that's just to reinforce that you guys know what you're doing. This isn't just your first time.
Yeah, I mean, between myself and Anton, we've got a few products of the days under our belt, and we've got a sort of nice suite of products. Last product, I think it's up to about 1,800 now. The last one we did. So yeah, hopefully we're going to shake a few trees with this one on Sunday, and looking forward to it.
I'm sure you're not only going to shake a few trees, but break a few branches. I mean, I'm on your JV page as well, just to let guys know that when you actually do go to compliancebar.com/JV, these guys haven't just said, "Hey, have a look at the funnel or have a look at the product." These guys are not only giving you the tools, right? They've actually providing you with bonuses to give to subscribers. So these guys are basically arming you, yeah, with everything you need to know, or everything you need, right, to add even more value, to stack it all up. And guess what? It's going to help you make those sales. So you guys haven't really left anything out, have you?
No, we've tried to cover. It's one of the things that I'll have to give Anton credit here. He is. I'm not sure what the best word is, but he is absolutely insistent that JV blogs should give potential, JVs every little bit of information that they could possibly need in order to do in order for a successful campaign. And if you go and look at the tools page, I don't know how many swipes there are there, but there's a fair few, and we've not just done one or two swipes. We've tried to cover every angle. We've tried to cover the CPA angle, the affiliate angle, the offline angle, the over 18 angle. you know, the general angle, the closing swipes, it drives me a little insane sometimes, but you know, we do try to cover every potential angle for our JVs and make it as easy as possible for them to make as much money as possible.
No, yeah, I was just I've just had a look at it. I mean, it is completely. I mean, there's so much there. Okay, swipes. You know, you can do your own swipes. You can make tailor them up to meet your own list, the needs of your own list. I mean, even the graphics, the banners, or whatever you need. If you want to do your Facebook ads, I mean, everything's there. So that's a good tip that you mentioned. Look, these guys obviously they've got product of the day before. They've done their own launches. They know everything you need to be successful with this launch, especially if you're going to go promoting. So sometimes you do have product owners that forget these things, right? And it can be a bit of a pain to put them all together. But by you not doing certain things like this, that might take you a little time, that you know are going to greatly benefit your joint venture partners. If you don't have these things, they might say, you know what, I've got this much missing, or I'm not really educated on what the real product is. I don't really understand it myself. How can I explain to my list what it is? You know, I might just give them something that's really bad. Let me go promote something else. Why? Why would you do that? One JV partner could sign up, could have a huge list of 10,000 people within their list. Would you want to pass up that opportunity?
Absolutely.
So you guys have really pushed the boat out, as they say, and complete system done. I mean, John, you know, you started off being a secret agent, and I think you clearly are.
I did see actually something on the internet yesterday. I think it was in the Daily Mail, and there was a test that you can take to see whether you'd qualify as a secret agent. Maybe I should go and have maybe I should go and take it.
No, not anything with the Daily Mail. They call it the Daily Fail. We don't know half the stuff. No, the name is a secret agent, but yeah, I think everyone wants to know now. You go take that test. Let us know. But I guess just a reminder then to affiliates that are interested. I'll put your JV link below the video so you can actually head over there. But it's compliancebar.com/JV. The launch is the 25th of January, but there will be an opportunity that you can actually give your subscribers that $10 discount. Okay, you can actually tell them, you know, I'll give you $10 to get a further discount, but that's only limited for a 24-hour period. So that's really going to push the scarcity and get those sales going within the first 24 hours. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be, you know, another product of the day. There's probably no doubt about it. A lot of time and investment's gone this, and obviously you guys have got worth of experience and a lot of already JVs behind this. So guys that are probably watching this is something that you want to jump on board, because this is something that's going to really be applicable, or everybody's going to want this. They're going to need this. It's not even a want, it's more of a need or necessity. But John, give me some closing words. Tell me. What are your thoughts?
Well, just that it's been an absolute pleasure to be here. You know, great to chat to you. Appreciate it's getting somewhat into the wee early hours for you. But yeah, we go 10 o'clock EST on Sunday. We go live. That first 24-hour coupon available until obviously 9:59 a.m. On Monday the 26th. And yeah, we'd love to have JV partners come and check it out, see what you think, anything, whatever. Need any questions answered, any information, just hit me up, hit either me or Anton up. Be more than happy to see whatever we can do to sort of make it a successful launch.
I mean, just to add as well, just for affiliates, just to give you a tip, if you want, you could even probably go email your list right now and let them know that this is actually coming out, just to get them kind of warmed up to the product itself, just to educate them as we actually go towards launch day, right? And let them know that close to the time, you could actually say, you know, you're going to do something special, that you're actually going to be helping them get even $10 off, right? And you can actually tell them some of the further products or bonuses that you will give once they come through you. So you want to kind of condition them towards the sale, right, to warm them up, and it's going to help your conversion. So you can mention it right now. That's not even a problem. But head over to the JV page and look at the bonuses and let them know that you've got loads, and you want to get in now before everyone else. That's another key thing. So you want to get ahead of everyone else. You really do. But you know, John,
yeah, I mean, there's no two ways about it. You know, mailing pre-launches and warming people up definitely has a big impact on actual conversions of that. There is no doubt whatsoever.
So, Mr. Shawcross, I'm sure we will meet again. All I'm missing
Absolutely.
is a cat.
Well, I've got 3 dogs here.
I want to see you with a cat next time when we come online. This is quality. So, guys, you've heard it here. You've seen how in-depth we actually spoke about this. You've probably got some golden nuggets around even compliance and how important it can be. The last thing you want to do is get penalised or break or breach any kind of conditions, especially with all the new regulations. But, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to have Mr. Shawcross on here. And head over to compliancebar.com/JV, get more information, see the demo, get all the bonuses, and let your list know what's going on, because this is not something you want to miss out. There's some very big names already on this launch, and you want to be with everyone else riding this so-called storm. Apart from that, John, it's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for actually coming and joining me live on this hangout where we actually give good interviews, hangouts, launch bars, exposure, and getting affiliates on board. Sound good?
Not at all. It's been an absolute pleasure being here.
I'm going to make sure I bring you on again and find out the development.
Okay, I'll look forward to it, and I'll bring my cat.
All right, John. Well, take care and God bless, and I'll speak to you soon. I'll find out what happens with the launch. Happening the 25th of January to the 27th, and let your list know that there will be a special sale, $10 off within the 24-hour period, but you want to get in now. So head over to the JV link, which I'll put down the link below. But also subscribe to the channel. I'll let you know about future live hangouts, so on and so forth, and more content. But guys, apart from that, it's been fantastic. I'm pretty sure you want to know when the next hangout is, which I'll let you know. But apart from that, it's been an absolute pleasure. But I could carry on talking, but I've got to go and sleep now. It's about 1:35. All right. Good night.